Hello there, welcome everybody. My name is Don, and this is my version of a male World War I tank. This is a diorama I made of a trench some time ago. If you look in my listings, you'll see how I made the actual diorama. But for the tank itself, it's all cardboard. That's all, nothing else. You're probably looking at that and say, yeah, I can see that. But it's an interesting project to do. Strange shapes and what have you. But the rest of the video will be of how I went about making it. So good luck if you follow the instructions, and let's get on with the video. Okay, so I'm using 1.5mm thick cardboard. It's not quite cereal packet size, but a couple of pieces of cereal packet cardboard glued together will give you about 1.5mm. So it's not particularly thick, but doesn't need to be any thicker than that, not really. And that's the shape we're after. It's a really weird shape. So it's a very exacting size and shape, so we need to get the dimensions right. So we'll need 4 pieces, 1.5mm thick card, 2.5 inches that way, and 8 5 inches long that way, or 63mm by 219mm. So 4 pieces of card like that. On the end, each end, we need to measure in 5/16 of an inch, or 8mm. So 8mm there, 8mm in there. With this one, we measure up from the bottom 1 3/4 inches, or 45mm. Okay, for that point there, that's going to be our compass point then for our 5/8 diameter circle, or set your compasses to 5/16. Okay, so that's one, and the other one down here, it's 1/2 inch from the bottom, or 12mm. So 5/16 in from the edge, 1/2 inch up from the bottom, or 12mm. And again, it's the same 5/8 diameter, so compass is at 5/16. So once we've got those 2 circles, we need 2 points along the bottom. One is 2 7/16 from the edge to there, or 63mm, and this one is 1 inch and, is that the same? Yeah, no, 1 7/16 in from this edge, or 37mm. So 2 7/16 from there, 1 7/16 from there. So we've got those 2 points. Now we need these 3 points here. This one is 2 3/8 of an inch from the edge, or I haven't put that in millimeters. Why not? Is there another 2 3? Oh dear. Anyway, whatever 2 3/8 is in millimeters, and then measure down 1/16 of an inch. So that's the point there. And this one is 5.5 inches from this edge. We're using the same datum face. So 5.5 inches from there to there, or 140mm. And then 3/16 from the edge there, because the lines they're not parallel. There's just a slight incline. So now, one more one more point. It's 1 13/16 from the bottom, and 7 inches from this edge. So 7 inches from this end, and then 1 3/16 from there. So once we've got those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points, then we can join them up. So from the edge of the circle, straight line down to that point there, straight line from the top of that circle to that point, from that 1/16 down there to 3/16 down there, a line across there, this one top of the circle to that point, then at these 2 points you need to set your compasses to 5.5 inches radius. So set it to 5.5 inches, and then you're going to have to wiggle and jiggle it about until your pencil hits this line and this line, and it's just a fraction of an arc of a circle there. And then the same, you'll have to, your compass point is going to be out here somewhere, and then you need to strike an arc to include that line and the bottom there. So that will give you the shape that you need. I know it's a bit complicated. You might have to, I don't know, start and stop the video, or take a freeze frame to get the sizes, but they are very important because it is a specific shape. So once we've got that shape, we can cut it out with a very sharp knife, and we need 2 of them, so 2 either side. Then with 5/8 wide, 5/8 or 15 millimeters, 16, I forget. We need to, because it's only 1.5, we can bend it accordingly to these slight curves. We can, but not all in one go. So if you measure from there, and then we can slightly bend the card to include that curve, then we can come along the straight and then come down there to that circle. So that size of card, you'll have to work it out yourself, from the top of that arc to the top of that arc, that circle, and then stick that on the inside of the line along there, like that. You might have to sort of like tack it with hot melt glue gun. You could bend it to the exact shape and use PVA glue, I suppose, but have to wait such a long time for that stuff. Okay, so once we've got that on there, then we can put the other one on the other side, and we'll make that. That's the shape that we will get. That's the front, I think. So with this corrugated paper, we need to cut some 1/16 wider than 5/8. What's that? 11/16, yes. Cut that 11/16 wide, so it's just a fraction wider than the actual base that we've made. And then we can stick that all the way around, and I know I've just sprayed it a rust colour. So that's what we're after, that shape, and we need 2 of those. So I'll go ahead and make the other one, put those together, and we'll see what the next stage is. So we should have something looking like this now. 2 of these track holders, I suppose, either side. And now we need to fill the middle in. So put those to one side. This is going to look more complicated than it is, really. We're going to need, where's the sizes? For goodness sake, here we are. We need 2 pieces, 2 inches by 6 1/4 inches, or 50 millimeters by 159. Okay, so 2 pieces that size. And we need to mark it out that way. so that it looks like that. That's the shape we're going for. So we need these points as to where to join our lines up from to. Okay, so we'll start off with the vertical lines. So we need one line 1.25 inches in, 32 millimeters, and another line 2.25 inches, or 57 millimeters. So that's it on the bottom line. On the top line, we need sound like a teacher. Are you paying attention at the back? 9/16 from there to there, and then 1.5 inches from there to there. So 14 and 35 millimeters from there and from there. And still from this edge, 4 3/4 from there to there, and 5 1/8 from there to there. So if I leave those dimensions there for you, if you're interested, then you've got all the dimensions there. They're the points vertically that you need. Now, the points horizontally. Is that right? I maybe got that the wrong way around. Goodness me. Where are we? That way. So we need a point 1/4 inch, or 6 millimeters, up from that point. Don't need anything there. This point is halfway. So we've got 2 inches there. This point is 1 inch, or 25 millimeters. This point is 1/4 inch down from the top, or 6 millimeters, and then 5/8 down from the top, or 16 millimeters. Okay, and then over here is 1 7/8 from the bottom to that point, and 1.5 inches from the bottom to that point. Okay, I'll leave those dimensions there if you need them. So once you've got those points, you'll have that. You can join them all up to make that shape, because that fits quite nicely. Then when that's cut out, that will fit quite nicely into the side of our tank track, these bits. Okay, so once we've got 2 of those cut out, then we need a piece of card 5/8 of an inch wide. Now, if you're a clever sod, like I'm not, you can score. We've got to put this 5 inch and 5/8 wide stock all the way around, and then on the other side to make the middle section. So it would be easy to score the lines, so we did it all in one piece. So that would be like that down there, and like that, and then another piece along the bottom. It would be too much to do it all in one go. So scoring lines is the way to go here. But once you've got this shape, then it will be easy enough then to go around to mark out where those scores will be. Okay, I think that's as plain as I can make it. I'll cut both of these out, put the middle bits, and we'll see what it looks like then. So we should have something looking like that now, and as you can see, that's the front. That will sit in quite an obvious place, where it takes up the shape of the outside track unit. So that will stick in there, and then obviously that way around, that will sit in there. Okay, so that's the middle bit, but we need two more things stuck on it. So a piece of card, 2¼ inches by 1 7/8, or 57mm by 48mm, and we need to mark it out thus. Where are we? There's a line in the middle, 7/8 wide. So find the middle, 7/16 either side. So a line, 7/8 parallel line down there. And then these lines they go from 1/2 inch out to 1 inch. So find the halfway mark, quarter either side, or 12mm, and they go out to 1 inch either side. So that's the basic shape that you need. Cut that out, and then score along the middle rectangle. So you've got that shape when it all goes together, and that sits on the back like that. When that's glued together, that will sit on the back like that. Yeah, easy enough. If you've managed to make this and the track units, this will be a piece of cake. So that sits there. So that's that bit. And then on the front, oh gosh, I've forgotten the sizes. The magic of video editing. So we've got a piece of card then, 1 5/8 wide, which is as wide as our card on here, excluding the outside pieces. So it's going to sit just slightly on the inside like that. So there's a bit of a gap either side. So 1 5/8 that way, and by 1 3/4 inches. So 42 by 45mm. Then we need 3/4 and then 3/4, 19mm, 19mm, score, 3/4, 3/4, score. And that is going to sit on the front like that. Okay, and this back piece is going to come down to this top join here, where we bent it. So that's going to come down to there. Okay, so now we've got that shape. That's easy enough, but we've got to fill these bits in. I'm not going to tell you the sizes. It'd be far too complicated just to give those sizes of those things to fill in there, but they look like that. I'm sure you'll be able to work out the size of that. If it was the right way around, it would fit in much easier. So that's going to fit in on the inside like that. Yeah, like that. And one of these fillers either side, and then fix that to there. Once they're on, then we can fit the whole unit, then the middle unit, to the two outside units. Okay, so I'll do that and I'll be back presently. So that's the shape we should have at the moment. Stuck everything all together. The gun turret there at the front there, that's all stuck on, and that bit at the back, whatever that is. And that's what we should have at this time. So what we need is two gun emplacements either side there. So they are 4 pieces of card, and the size of the card is 2 1/8 by 1 inch, 2 1/8 by 1 inch, or 53 by 25mm. And then we need to measure 3. Is that 3/4? I can't see. Is that 3/4? Yeah, 3/4 of an inch from that end, or 17mm. 7/16 from the bottom, or 12 millimeters, and then a 1/4 inch 6 millimeters, 1/4 inch 6 millimeters. So quarter, 7/16, 3/4. And those 3 points, we can draw a line between them and cut them, and then we'll have that shape. So that's what we want. They're going to go, where are we? That's the front. They're going to go like that. Okay, so we need the sides, and the sides we need 2 pieces, 3 7/8 that way by 1 5/8 that way, or 98 millimeters by 42 millimeters. So that's the size when it's wrapped round this piece. So it's going to be easier to score the lines where the lines go down. So it'll be like that, and it'll be easier to find the score lines because you've got the marks on the card anyway. So there'll be a score line there with that mark, score line there, score line there, and that will envelop that like that. So one at the top, one at the bottom. Now for the gun hole, we need to cut a rectangle 1 3/8 by 5/8, or 35 millimeters by 6 millimeters. That's the size that we need to cut out, 1 3/8 by 5/8, and the position is 6 millimeters in from either end, either edge. 6 millimeters, 6 millimeters, or 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch, and that's where we cut that out. So do that to both of them. Oh, one is left hand, one is right hand. Don't forget that. So cut those out, wrap these around, and then stick them on the side. Easy. I think you'll agree. Okay, let's do it. So we've got our side gun turrets. That's what they should look like when they're all put together. Now on the inside we need something round, so what better to use than a toilet roll? Can't do no better, really. And a gun, you can't do no better than a pencil. It's a shame you can't take the lead out to have a hollow tube, but if you have got anything hollow about that diameter, then that would be better. So I've made a bit of a cardboard washer there to stick that onto there, and then that will sit inside there. I've done the other one, so it'll look like that. It's looking a bit rough at the minute, but don't worry, we'll get rid of all that. So that's what that will look like on the side, like that. So a bit of toilet roll and a pencil and we're away. Okay, so I'll do the other one and stick these on, and then we'll be basically finished the actual body of the tank. All that remains then is some things and bits and pieces and doors and hatches and what have you, or a gun to come out the front. So I'll do the other one, make the other one. That just fits inside. So obviously you'd cut the toilet roll the width of that inside dimension, whatever that is, and then stick that at either end like that. And then you've got your traversing, although it doesn't work, but it gives the impression of a moving, traversing gun. So I'll do that and I'll be back. So we've got the side turrets on now, and a lot of glue still stuck on there. I put a machine gun in the front. That's a straw with a barbecue stick stuck in the end. We've got windows. We've got a door. We've got three things that I don't know what they are. We've got another door to get in. Doors at the back of the gun turrets there. Oh yeah, and the side pieces, just to show that it's made up of sheets of steel rather than all one piece. So that's the shape of the thing. That's as much as I can give you information for. The rest of it would be entirely up to you. You can add more bits and pieces and things and all kinds of things, but for the length of this video, I think that's about as far as I can go as far as making the thing in the first place. You've got all the dimensions that you need. So I'll give it a coat now of wall filler mixed with water, which will cover all the anomalies, all the bad bits, the joins and where I scored, and I can fill all those in, and then I can spray or paint or whatever colour I need. So I'll finish it off as far as I'm concerned, and then if you make one, you can change the design or obviously make things better, and it would be entirely up to you. So stop talking, Don. I'll finish it off and come back. So there we are, finished one male World War I tank. I put that coat of wall filler, slightly thicker than ordinary paint, because it acts as a basis for painting, but also fills in any cracks that there might be that you need to fill in. I haven't weathered it as much as you can do. You can go to town and weather it as much as possible, but I'll stop here, and that will have to do as far as I'm concerned. I just gave it a coat of dark green paint, and then a little bit of rust-coloured spray, just a fraction of a white dry brushing, just to pick out the sides. You can just see it looks okay. For a cardboard tank, it's not bad. Okay, it's not like the plastic or resin kits that you can buy. I'm sure they're far more detailed and far better, but this is free. All this cost was a couple of pencils, a little bit of corrugated paper, and 2 or 3 cornflake packets. So you can't really you can't complain at the price, not really. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. This is a diorama I made some time ago. There is a video of my making this somewhere in my list, so I thought it was quite appropriate to stick that there. So there we are, one tank. If you've enjoyed the video, please subscribe to the channel. You'll be informed when new videos come along. In the meantime, have a go yourself. Let me know how you get on. And I wish you the best of happy modelling.